I wanted to continue down the Caucasian line of activities, so what I went ahead and did was I went to Warrior Dash. For those who don't know what Warrior Dash is, it's a 5K marathon that's mixed with an obstacle course. When I got to Warrior Dash, I saw a lot of people that were dressed up in many different outfits. I mean, we had a bunch of Santa Clauses, we had people in their underwear, we had chicks with their, hanging out. And, I was getting kind of excited because I was trying to get into the whole atmosphere. My outfit wasn't as crazy as theirs, but I still looked crazy nonetheless. I saw that a couple people leaving and they were like completely muddy, so that kind of gave me a frame of reference of what I was to expect when I, was gonna go through this. When we got to the starting line, it was a lot of people there. Everybody was getting hyped. Everybody was just excited. They were ready to go. They were just very energetic. When I started the race, I quickly figured out I was not in as great of shape as I thought I was. I did a little bit of preparation before going to do this Warrior Dash thing, but I had no idea what was about to happen to me.
Okay, I'm tired already, but it's all a part of the game. Hopefully I don't trip or anything. Everybody got running shoes on.
When I was running through the obstacle course, the first obstacle that I had to run through tires. Now, for everybody else who has smaller feet, it might be a little bit easier for you guys because, your feet can fit through the hole. When you have feet as big as mine and you're trying to run through those tires, it's kind of hard not to trip yourself up. Insurance is not in the budget, so if I fell or broke anything, I'm screwed. Up next, we had this barbed wire thing that I had to climb under, and it was kind of hard for me because being 6'8" and pushing 30, things don't work the way they used to. So I'm gonna have to take a little bit of time going through these barbed wires because I'm not trying to get stuck in the ass. Maybe back in high school, when I was in my LeBev James days, I would have been able to hurdle that. But since, I'm knocking on 30, I'm not exactly able to, get up like I used to.
So we're a mile into it already. As you can see, I'm already tired. We done jumped through tires. I done went through barbed wire. I done hit my back on some wood. It's hot. I need some water.
After crawling through the barbed wire, I had to run a little bit, and the next obstacle that I got to, I had to climb up a wall.
So as you guys can see, I'm in a little bit of a bind right here. Look at these little small things, and I have size 17 feet. So I don't know how my feet are gonna fit on these things to propel me over the wall. So let's get it.
Attempting to scale that wall was a lot more difficult than it looked, okay? I didn't want to just climb up there and fall off and slip off and bust my head. So I had to go up there and, be extra cautious because, look at me, I ain't trying to break all this. After you maneuver your way up this wall, then you gotta slide down this like stripper / fire pole looking thing. It was a lot easier for me to do because of my height. And, I didn't really have that far to go. It was just like one giant step. Next thing you know, I'm on the ground. After that, I approached this like balance beam looking thing where I had to like walk up this very narrow piece of wood that had ridges in there. It was funny to me though, because as I was trying to do my thing, I look off to the side and there's this group of white people that just went straight on. They didn't hesitate at all. They didn't seem like they was like off balance. I mean, they ran straight up the stuff, and I'm just like, how does both of your feet fit on this small little piece of wood? There was one obstacle that reminded me of an activity that I never wanted to do in gym class, climbing up a rope. And you had to climb up the rope and also step on these little ass pieces of wood. You have to have quite a bit of upper body strength to complete this task because, you know, you climbing up this rope, gravity is against you, and, you know, you are feet away from your death. The next obstacle was this series of ropes, right? And I had to balance myself on the ropes. Like the wood was, they had like periodic wood, if you will. It was wood, some ropes, wood again, some ropes, wood again. So the only purpose that the wood had was to hold the ropes up. The main focus was, you know, climbing through the ropes. And it was easy to kind of get tangled up within the ropes, especially if your foot is as big as the hole. The whole rope obstacle took way longer than I wanted it to, but I finally got out of it and I'm ready to hit the next obstacle. Up next, I had to run through a series of rocks. Thankfully, I had a decent pair of shoes on that was able to handle all of the jagged rocks that were trying to puncture, you know, my feet. Running up those rocks, you have to watch your speed because if you're not careful, you can break an ankle. So the next obstacle was similar to the other rope obstacle that I had. Instead, this time I was climbing up vertically than horizontally. Again, you know, same issues with the feet, trying to be effective, climbing through the ropes, trying to do it fast, but you know, my big ass feet is holding me back. I did do this obstacle way faster than I did with the horizontal rope approach. So as I'm running, I got hit with a big roadblock. I saw a sign that said, "Deep water must be able to swim." Now, I don't normally subscribe to all stereotypes about black people, but when it comes to swimming, forget about it. One of my final activities, I'm supposed to jump over this fire, but I guess by the time I got there, it died down. I guess I was too slow. And then my last activity that I had to do was a series of mud. So you mean to tell me for J-BEV to finish this race, I gotta get down and dirty and put my face in this mud? Game on.
Remember, you can do it.
So after crawling through all that mud, my Caucasian friends greeted me with a medal for valor and honor. Your boy J-BEV wins again. So kick it with me next time on Kickin' It Caucasian.